It's Monday, so you know what that means. Joe Fanatic Sports here, coming back to you with another weekly recap of the NFL. Week 6 just happened. Before I start, I have two things. One, yes, I know the flannel and hoochie shorts combo doesn't make any sense. However, I want to wear the flannel to represent the fall drip, and my nice pair of pants is dirty right now. I wore it this weekend. The other one has a hole in the butt, which I found out, so that sucks. And two, I have a real video coming soon. By that I mean one that I actually research and write it down, and barely any face cam, not like this. If you subscribe to me, you know what I'm talking about. It's on Twitter, the idea. Basically, it's a Giants video. I'm just going to spoil it because I already said it in Twitter. Let's start, though. I always start off with the Patriots because, I'm a Patriots fan. And to that one dude who said I can't grow facial hair, screw you. You're getting brought up on the Jam Touchdown Show today. I don't like you. The Patriots beat the Browns 38-15. We looked dominant all game. The first half, it was a pretty close game. The second half, blew them out of the water. I want to start with one of my new favorite players, RHAMONSTER Stevenson, Ramondre. He had 2 total touchdowns on 23 total touches and 91 total yards. 19 for 76 rushing, 4 of 15 receiving. He just looks good, dude. I think it's time that we don't need Damien Harris anymore. While Damien Harris is very good at football, Ramondre just looks better. Both are really good players, but I think Ramondre fits us better. And Damien Harris could be used on a team like the Rams, the Bills, but we would never trade him to a division rival. Or, hey, if the Panthers trade McCaffrey, they could take on Damien. Plus, he's up for a contract soon. I just don't think it's worth paying him, especially running backs. I don't like paying running backs, and Ramondre's only in his second year. So, I think we'd be okay with Ramondre. Another young player who was really good yesterday is Bailey BZ4 Zappi. 24-34 passing, 309 yards, and 2 touchdowns. No mistakes today. Maybe that's because Nelson Aguilar was out and he didn't have to drop the ball. He looks good for us, dude. I'm not going to lie. Now, do I think that Mac should still start? Yes. But it's just kind of funny given what happened to us in 2001 with Brady and Bledsoe and Mac and Bailey. Like I've said many times, and I'm literally quoted as saying this, Bailey Zappi's the new GOAT. Mark my words. He's a new Tom Brady. I don't care what anyone says. It's a joke. It's just a bit for the channel. But my God, does he actually look good. His one interception last week was not his fault. It was Nelson Aguilar. Of course it was, because he actually sucks at football. 3 fumbles and 2 interceptions caused because of him. He's actually just really bad at football. It's crazy. But someone who's not bad at football and a similar type of player, deep threat, is Tyquan Thornton. When I said Thornton, I know it's Thornton. He's just him. He had 2 total touchdowns yesterday. I believe it was 4 rushes, 17 yards, and a touchdown, and 4 catches, 37 yards, and a touchdown. He looked good for us yesterday, dude. That's exactly what we needed. We need a young receiver who's wicked fast to just actually do something for us, and he did. That's great to see. And Dietrich-wise, he has 5 sacks on the year. I think he might be breaking out, dude. He had a sack yesterday. He just actually looks good for us. Him and Judon, we were scared about the other side of Judon as Patriots fans. But, yeah, he's good at football now for some reason. This is career high in sacks, and it's only 6 games in. The Browns, we stopped Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. That's all we need to do. Amari Cooper caught 12 of 4 targets. Yes, he caught a touchdown, but it didn't matter. We blew him out by 23. DBs look good. Duggar is looking great again, just like last year. He had an interception today. Jalen Mills, doing his role. He had a 2nd pick of the year. Jack Jones was fine. Devin McCourty was fine. The whole DB group was fine. Moving on to another AFC East team. The Vikings beat Miami 24-16, and the conclusion of this game is that the Dolphins are nothing without Tua. Absolutely nothing. Whether it's Teddy Bridgewater or Skylar Thompson, they can't do anything offensively. While, yes, they only lost by 8, they just looked bad. There was turnovers, the Jalen Waddle fumble, and the Vikings defense is the epitome of average. They're allowing somewhere close 20, 18 points per game, somewhere around there. But they just made Miami look silly. While, yes, their defensive backs got cooked. Jalen Waddle had 6 for 128 or 9, and Tyreek had either 10 for 177 or 157 or 12. Sorry, I don't have the numbers in front of me. But either way, dominated those two. We also have Mike Gesicki with 6 catches, 69 yards, and 2 touchdowns. But we need to make a petition. Can Mike Gesicki, the whitest of white from the lands of Caucasia, absolutely caucus, stop doing the gritty? It doesn't look good. It'll never look good. Please just stop. But the past couple games have made us realize how important Tua Tagovailoa actually is to this team. If you watched me back in the summer, I made a video talking about is Tua actually bad, and this 3-game stretch without him kind of proves that he's not bad. I said he wasn't, and he's probably one of their most important players on the team. They've had some injury-riddled people like Xavier Howard, Teron Armstead, and things of that nature, but without Tua, they're literally nothing. You could say, oh, Tua doesn't have the arm, whatever. It's been proven that Tua's a winner. Tua wins football games, whether it's at Bama or Miami. He's never had a losing record in his career, which, I mean, take that for what you will. They haven't made the playoffs yet, but he still wins football games. Miami needs Tua back ASAP. I don't know what the timetable is, but, I mean, he's concussed as hell. I'm praying for him, hoping he's okay. But they need him back, and the NFL needs him back because we like to see a team actually be competitive for the first time in a while. And speaking of teams that are actually competitive for the first time in a while, both New York teams are genuinely good at football for some reason. And, my podcast partner Mike Kennedy and I were talking, are the Giants actually good? He said Broncos start off 6-0 and 0-9. Another team start off 5 or 4-1 and then miss the playoffs. But no, the Giants are genuinely good. They beat the Packers last week 27-20, and they beat the Ravens this week 24-20. Speaking of the Packers, they also lost to another New York team 27-10 today, yesterday when they lost to the Jets. I want to start with the Jets, though. Breece Hall is still him. While I did trade him for Jamar Chase in my fantasy league, worked out for both sides. I need a receiver, he needed a running back, whatever. He had 20 for 116 and 1. He also had a couple catches, but it was for 12 yards, so I didn't even include it. He's just really good at football. He looks explosive. Nobody can stop Breece Hall. He is soon to be a top 10 running back in the league, if not already. I don't know if I've seen a rookie running back come out this explosive since, Saquon, maybe. I don't know. JT was good at the final 6 games of the year. Before that, he was average as hell. But the thing about the Jets is their defense looks great. Sauce Gardner had a pick 6 yesterday, overturned. Their pass rush looks decent. Their linebackers are pretty goddamn good. Overall, dude, their defense is just really good for some reason. But the thing that the Jets have to do is get the wide receivers the ball. Robert Saleh, I know you don't call the plays, and I don't know who your offensive coordinator is, but whoever it is, you guys have to plan to get Garrett Wilson, Corey Davis, and Elijah Moore, who actually sucks right now, Elijah Moore, the football. Garrett Wilson is getting 5 targets, but he's getting 1 catch. I don't know. I don't watch Jets games, so I don't know if it's he's dropping. I know he's not dropping them, but you have to get him the ball. He's explosive. He's one of the better route runners I've seen recently. He has to get the ball. Corey Davis is just average. He's good for you, though. He's good. He's a good wide receiver, too. Elijah Moore just sucks for some reason. But, the Jets are a good football team. They're at 4-2. They're better than us and the Dolphins, but, the Dolphins are injured. Once the Jets figure out how to get the receivers the ball, they're going to be really scary. Not that they're already not scary. And as for the Giants, Saquon Barkley is the best running back in the league, or at least, the most impactful. He's the MVP of running backs at the very least. He's, really fun to watch. He had 25 total touches, 95 yards, and a touchdown. That's including receiving. While, yes, it's not the most efficient. We know Saquon to sometimes not be efficient, but this year he's actually figured out how to, use his vision and find the hole. Because, they have Andrew Thomas, the MVP of the league right now, low-key, because he's clearly one of the best tackles. He's the best graded on PFF. I'm not sure if that stood up after week 6 because I didn't look, but he's really good for some reason. Last year he became good, and this year he's elite. Absolutely elite. Literally the MVP of tackles. Best tackle right now. Well, yes, I know Trent Williams is hurt. Still, best tackle right now. Their defense looks pretty decent. They do allow 20-ish points a game, but they won the game because their defense today. Kayvon Thibodeau had his first career sack, and it was the most important play of the game. Strip sack on Lamar in a cluttered pocket. Lamar couldn't step up, couldn't even get out of the pocket. But Kayvon, while that was his first sack, he gets a ton of pressures. I feel so bad for him. He always pressures the quarterback, but just can't get there. He's doing everything right, but it just doesn't finish. He just doesn't finish. But Giants dude, they look good. I don't know what it is, and I'm making a video on them soon. Brian Daboll, he's what people thought Dan Campbell would be. Except he's actually good at coaching, not just being a leader. So, dude, those 2 New York teams, I don't think the Jets will make the playoffs. I think the Giants will. I'd still be afraid to play them every week, no matter what team I am. I could be the Chiefs and I'd be afraid. Because if they could beat the Packers and Ravens like that, I know I'm talking about the Giants there, but yeah, no, this is going to be a scary team to watch the rest of the year, the Giants. And a team that we thought would be scary is the Buccaneers, and dude, they suck. 20-18 loss to the Steelers. Brady was just okay. He had 243 yards and a touchdown or something. But what, dude? Your defense didn't look that great. Well, yeah, you only allowed 20. playing against Kenny Pickett, who got a concussion, and then Mitch Trubisky, one of the worst quarterbacks in the league, who actually dotted you up. Threw for like 75% completion percentage and a touchdown, like 144 yards. I don't know what's happening there, but the Steelers somehow beat them. Even with Najee Harris being like, him and James Conner at like bottom tier running backs right now. They're both not good at football. Like Najee Harris does not know how to find a hole. He's not explosive. He has no idea what he's doing on the football field. He just gets touches. That's the only reason he like puts up at least fantasy points. I know real life football is different. I just realized this was in the way the whole time. That is crazy, Joe. That was stupid. The only reason he puts up fantasy points, for example, I know fantasy isn't like a measure to see how good someone actually is at football, whatever, is because he just gets touches. He scored a receiving touchdown yesterday that was wide open. That was just a miscommunication by the defense. Najee really didn't do anything. The Buccaneers just don't look good. Brady's clearly not into football anymore. Going through that divorce, we thought he'd be the best player in the league. Divorced Tom Brady, horny Tom Brady, would just be like, dotting people up. But he's 45, dude, and it's kind of looking like it. He had a good game against the Chiefs, but I don't know. He's just not looking that good. Mike Evans didn't have a good game. Godwin did. Godwin had a pretty good game. But Fournette, he gets touches. That's why he's good. Today he was inefficient. Sometimes he is, sometimes he isn't. He's really good in the receiving game, though. Like, he's one of the best receiving backs in the league. Okay, maybe that's because he gets receptions, but he actually does stuff with them. Another guy who looked good was Chase Claypool. Is he, like, good again? He had caught all 7 targets, 96 yards, and a touchdown. I don't know what that is, but this is the Chase Claypool we thought that he was talking about in the offseason. We thought that he said he would be good, and this was his first good game. Like, his first game, like, over 50 yards or something. I don't know. But someone who's scaring me is Deontay Johnson. 5 of 7 targets for 27 yards, 2 rushes for, like, 10 yards or something. What are they doing, dude? Deontay Johnson's your best receiver by a mile. No offense to Pickens. And you just don't get him the football downfield. That is what he does. He's a good route runner who gets open downfield. Give him the football, Steelers. Please. It's not that hard to get him the football. He's open sometimes. He can also make contested catches. Just throw him the ball. Sorry. The Steelers' defense also looked decent. I mean, Alex Highsmith's leading the league in sacks with 6.5. Their secondaries, even though it was hurt, like they had like no one this game, but they still stopped most of their receivers except for Godwin. That was crazy. Also, prayers up to Cameron Brake. I don't know how serious the injury was, but I don't even know if he came back in the game. I just saw he got hurt. The Bucs got to figure this out, dude. Brady is not him right now. Brady is not Tom Brady right now. It's scary. But he's also 45. We got to remember that, guys. Another team that just looks bad, which, I expected, was the Arizona Cardinals. They lost 19-9 to the Seattle Seahawks. I don't know what it is, but Kyler Murray, he's good at football, but the team isn't. I know it's Cliff Kingsbury. He's potentially worse than Matt Rule. He's up there. But he deserves to be fired before the season ends. And, yeah, there's just no other way to put it. The Cardinals are bad. Seahawks, though, they're 3-3 now. They're just a decent football team. Geno Smith is still good. He didn't throw a touchdown yesterday, but, whatever. They had Kenneth Walker, who is LeSean McCoy 2.0, 97 rushing yards and a touchdown. He faked a stiff arm. Sorry, I had to say that again. Who fakes a stiff arm and it works for a touchdown? Dude, he just looks explosive. He's hitting the holes. He's looking elusive. He can get to the outside, no problem. I don't know what it is about Kenneth Walker, but, dude, he's, really good. He was a great draft pick in the second round. While we were all confused because they had Penny, who did really good. Now he's out for the year, so thank God they have Kenneth Walker because he's also LeSean McCoy 2.0, and this shows that the Seahawks don't need to bring back Rashad Penny again. No offense to him. They just don't need him. They can rely on Kenneth Walker for many years to come. If this game is any indication, and the 69-yard run he had last week. He's just good, dude. Another guy who's good is Tariq Woolen. He has 4 interceptions already. He is insane. He has a 4.26 40. No one can get by him because he's too fast. He's good at coverage, both sides of the coverage, like zone and man. All the rookie defensive backs have been insane. Him, Jack Jones, Sauce Gardner. Dude, Tariq Woolen is scary to watch, dude. He's going to be a great corner for a while, and Seahawks had a great draft class. Probably the best. Yeah, probably. They have a bunch of good young players. They have their 2 receivers. Lockett isn't that young anymore, but Metcalf's still young. Woolen, Walker. Geno Smith is 32, but who cares, dude? Geno Smith is still him. I don't care. He didn't have that good of a game, but he's still him. Noah Fant, he's decent. He's just there. Jordan Brooks at least he gets a lot of tackles. I don't know how good he actually is, but he's like pretty good, decent at least. The Seahawks are a scary team too. Like, I would be afraid to play them every week. Well, I don't know if the Seahawks will make the playoffs. I don't think they will. The 49ers are really good. The Rams are still, they have to make the playoffs, right? Like, there's no way they don't. Ooh, wait. Ooh, that could be a video. Guys, you caught me with a video idea. Anyways, yeah, some other games I want to talk about. Chiefs-Bills, great game. Bills won. Two AFC teams to look out for. The top two, obviously. AFC Championship right there, probably. Good game overall. Whoever won. Both teams had a great game. Eagles, Cowboys. Cooper Rush, this kind of decided that Cooper Rush isn't actually like the best quarterback in the league, which obviously is a joke, but people are like, oh, maybe he'll start over Dak. No, he threw 3 picks. The Eagles are scary. Their defense is insane. Like 3 interceptions on Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush had one really bad throw that C.J. Gardner-Johnson picked off. 2 interceptions on the day for him. Great trade for the Eagles. What they trade, like a 5th and a 6th? Yeah. Whatever. Great trade, Saints. Jalen Hurts is good. Miles Sanders is good. A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith. Their offense is good too. They're the best. They're like the best team in the league. There's no doubt about that. They're going to the Super Bowl, I think. But that's all I really got, guys. The other games, who cares about them? Falcons beat the 49ers. Fluke game. 49ers had 16 missing starters. Whatever. Who cares about the other games, honestly? Sorry, fans of other teams. I don't care to talk about it. Sorry. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel. All my social medias will be linked down below. And at the end, when I do my little outro, you'll see it. Thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day. And don't forget to tune back into Fanatic Sports.